Kendrick Lamar is one of the most unique talents that we've ever seen in hip hop and in music. His social consciousness, his lyricism, and his ability to make every album special. Well, today we're going to rank all of Kendrick Lamar's hip hop albums from worst to best. We're going to start doing that right now. At number 5, we got Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar's most recent project, which I almost feel bad for having that this low on the list. But at the end of the day, it's not like there's a lot of projects to work with when it comes to Kendrick Lamar because he comes out every 5 years. But Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, when I think about this album, the first word that comes to mind is breakthrough, because this album is so personal. It's an audible therapy session.
The only thing you can control is how you feel. Not how you feel, but how you deal with what you feel that is real. You've got to relax, relate, and release into reality. Come on, honey. Relax, relate, release. Relax, relate, release.
It really was relax, relate, release. Like, it really was that for Kendrick Lamar, because he's speaking on so many issues, whether it's his father not being around on Father Time, or Mother I Sober, where he's talking about, being assaulted, We Cry Together, where he's actually really acting out what a toxic relationship is. Even on Auntie Diaries, coming to the realization that his uncle is now his aunt. A lot of issues that we don't really like to talk about in the Black community because we're taught at a very young age from our elders, from our big brothers, sisters, dads, mothers, aunt, uncles, to keep everything inside. Don't bring out any emotion, or don't tell any of your business. Keep it in-house. And that's something that plagues the Black community. But with this album, Kendrick Lamar talks about it all. And he's very honest, and he's very, very vulnerable. And this is one of the most courageous albums ever. Like, ever. In any genre. This is one of the most courageous albums ever. Now, personally, my favorite songs off here is like N95 or Count Me Out. But the reason this is lower than his other projects is because of what the album represents. Again, it's about black drama. It's about certain issues, personal issues that I can't really resonate with because I never went through it. So I can't really turn on this album to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time, or even reflect on certain things because I never went through it. And even if I did, I don't know if I really want to listen to that. I don't know. For people that went through certain things, maybe they have a different testimony. But for me, it's a great listen to in regards to hearing someone, again, break through the tradition of being quiet, break through the tradition of not speaking up and being courageous enough to speak on certain issues that, again, things like Mother I'm Sober, we're talking about being touched. Like, Black men aren't allowed to do that because we're looked upon differently. It's a lot of times being assaulted as a man, a Black man, is considered a joke. Just look at Terry Crews. Look at, all the jokes been made, Boondocks. Like, that's considered funny when it's a man being assaulted, right? So, again, this album, it probably is his most important album, but in terms of as a listen, I can't really listen to this on a day-to-day. So that's why this is so low. But at the end of the day, it probably is still his most important album, and he's definitely was stepping with the big dogs. Next, we have the album that introduced me to Kendrick Lamar, Section 80. To me, when I think of this album, I think of one word: vibes. Like, just good vibes, good energy. Almost this whole entire project has my favorite songs, from Hold Up to ADHD to Poor Man's Dreams. Like, this whole project is so dope. And to know that I think he was barely, 23? Like, he wasn't even that old. To make such a potent, dope project like this, just, man, it just bring me back to my college years, bring me back to the times where I was trying to figure out life, trying to figure out what life was all about, trying to figure out my purpose. Like, what this album brings me back to, because this basically is what he's talking about. Just look at the cover art of Section 80. It has a Bible, it has rollers, it has bullets, it has everything on there. You like to mistake a street nigga for a real nigga, the same niggas that'll kill with you or squirrel with you. Like, what? Come on, bruh. The spiritual chant, bruh. I'm going big. Somebody, yeah. I'm going big. Hey, somebody. Hey. To blow my hydron with the Aaliyah sample 4-page letter. When them niggas. Like, bruh, what? R.I.P. Aaliyah. R.I.P. R.I.P. Aaliyah. R.I.P. what? R.I.P. Aaliyah. R.I.P. what? Hey. I love this project. And the only reason why it's not higher on the list is because, in my opinion, he has projects that are even better than this. Which gets us to the next project, which is going to be very controversial, I feel, because people have this as number one. I've seen all the lists. I've seen all the reviews. I've seen everything. People have this as number one. I'm not mad at you. Shout out to Tupac. But to me, it's not higher than where it is right now for me. And that's To Pimp a Butterfly. Yes, I have To Pimp a Butterfly in the middle of the rankings of his greatest albums from worst to best. To Pimp a Butterfly, to me, was very risky. It took risks because of how experimental it was. It took us back to the old vibes of the late 80s, early 90s. It was very West Coast with the funk and the jazz and the George Clinton influence. Very West Coast album, but sped up to modern day. This album is basically a commentary on the human condition. We listen to Wesley's Theory, How Much a Dollar Cost, to You, to I, to Mortal Man. It's commentary about the human condition. If you only knew how much I used to blast the Black of the Berry, I used to have my windows down. At the time, I got a new car in 2015. I used to blast that joint. I used to blast the Black of the Berry. I used to blast We Gon' Be Alright. That's a song that I really needed. The world needed that. The black community needed that. When we seen everything that's going on in the world and we still seeing us killed and black lives not mattering, it's almost like Kendrick Lamar say, you know what? Hold on, y'all. I got y'all. Look, I know we're going through a lot. We got a lot of forces against us, but we gonna be all right. I needed that, man. That all right jump, man. Come on. And then Mortal Man, the very outro track, the creativity, still the lyricism, still the passion that he had in that track, talking about our fallen celebrities and how people judge them too much and how we need to ease up on these people that we hold in high regard, because at the end of the day, they're just a mortal man. They're just human. And I love the conversation that he had with Tupac, how he navigated that, right? It sounded like he had an actual conversation with Tupac, and he embodied Tupac in this album, right? With being outspoken, being a leader, with his consciousness, with his brashness, unapologetically black, so Tupac, right? But even with that being said, it's still not number one for me or even number two for me, because I still feel like there are tracks to where it's a little bit all over the place at times. The album can be a little bit all over the place, and it sounds like it's too experimental. To me, it's a little bit too experimental. To me, the project to where he did this perfectly was the Untitled project. Like Untitled to me is the perfected version of this. However, again, Pimp a Butterfly is a great project. It's a great album, but it's still a little bit too experimental to me. It is a lot of, it's real spoken wordish. It's all that. That's dope. But it's at times it's like, okay, you're doing a little bit too much for me, Kendrick. Now scale it back just a little bit. But that does not change the fact that Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, there's a reason why it had the impact that it did and does and forever have. It was intellect. It was black power. It was pride. It was all that wrapped up into one. So A Pimp a Butterfly, definitely one of the best projects in hip hop history. But I still feel like there were albums that flew just a little bit higher for Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people have this project as number one, but to me, it's the second best project that Kendrick Lamar ever did. The second best album Kendrick Lamar ever did. And that is Good Kid, Mad City. When I think of Good Kid, Mad City, I think of game changer. Like this album was a game changer. To me, in my opinion, this album, Good Kid, Mad City, is a benchmark. It's a benchmark of the culture shifting. It's a culture shifting album. You gotta remember when this came out in 2012, we were listening to all kinds of, Pop Champagne, strip club records, and almost Good Kid, Mad City was like a punch in the face, like whoa, to where it was like, oh, you can still be lyrical. Oh, you can still be conscious. Oh, you can still have fun. I mean, we went a heavy period of trap music, heavy 808s being the norm, the status quo in hip hop. Kendrick, with this album, took us back to the essence of what hip hop is supposed to be, to the storytelling, to the skits, but most importantly, the superior lyricism, the ability to have substance with lyrics. To me, Good Kid, Mad City is in a class of its own. It's like if you told the story of Boys in the Hood and put it in an album. That's what Good Kid, Mad City is. Either they don't know for sure, or don't care what's really going on in the hood. But Kendrick does. Kendrick cares, and he continues to tell the stories of what's plaguing our youth, what's plaguing our community, and what's going on in the world. I was in Compton, like listen to this album, I felt like I was in Compton myself. Listen to the art of peer pressure. Listen to Sing About Me. Listen to Backstreet Freeze. Like I felt like I was living the life of what Kendrick was going through. I could feel and hear every emotion, from gang life to peer pressure, death, love, ambition. Like a good kid living in a mad world in a mad city, just trying to make it out, trying to make it through, and has flaws. It's not perfect, but trying his best, the best way he knows how to make it. Dealing with girls, dealing with police, dealing with your hood friends, dealing with your lost ones, dealing with everything, man. It just, God, what a great project, a great album. And even then, I still don't have it as number one, because you know what I have as number one. To me, Damn is Kendrick Lamar's greatest project. To me, it's the culmination of everything great about Kendrick, from the creativity to the storytelling to the different concepts to love, hate, lyricism, everything, the hit records, the melodies, everything great about Kendrick, I feel like is put into one album, and that's Damn. I mean, just the production, the rapping. To me, with Damn, he stepped into another world. Just when he dropped the first video with Humble, it broke the internet because of how different it was and how superior it was to anything else we were seeing on YouTube or in videos in general and in hip hop. Out of everything, it has everything I want. It has the the conscious records. It has the hits. It has the club records. It has the intellectual records. It has the love records. It has the R&B type records. It has the storytelling records. It has everything. Duckworth, the ability to tell a story like in reverse. Like how, like, come on. Who else is doing what he's doing? Damn is unique. It's 101. It's just like, damn, I don't feel like it's ever been done and probably will ever be done again. Like, with making every title some type of one-word emotion. Damn, the joint with Loyalty, Rihanna, Riri, Loyalty, the bangers with Humble. I don't think it was on this album, DNA. To Fear, oh my God, the emotion of fear. Like, don't know, Tanjo even ask me how. The song Fear. The storytelling in fear, like, oh, it's still, just thinking about it makes me feel away, because all of us that's been brought up a certain way has dealt with that. I'm high now. We talking fear. Like it hits you in your heart, Like it hits you in your heart. Like a lot of these songs, man. Element, take me out, man. Element, like it's so many think pieces you can do on Damn with each individual song. Like, man, it's just, to me, Damn, Kendrick went to another dimension, man. He went to another world, a world that we never even seen before with Damn, man. Again, it has everything you want. It's not lacking anything. A lot of other projects I could say may be lacking certain things. Good Kid, Mad City may be lacking a few more hits to it. Let's a few more hits to it. You know, To Pimp a Butterfly may be a little bit too eccentric, but Damn is like it's perfect. To me, it's perfect. There's nothing I would change about Damn at all. Nothing, and I will listen to it all the way through. God, that's what God feel like. It's really the story of self. Like, Damn is truly the story of self. And all of us who've been through anything can relate to it, can connect to it, feel it. Like, damn, man, I think it's just in another world, man, that nobody's touching. That's how I feel. Damn is truly a unique project, a work of art that is unmatched, like anything else that Kendrick Lamar has done in all of his music discography. I truly feel that way. But that's my ranking of Kendrick Lamar's projects. But let me know what you think Kendrick Lamar's top albums are from worst to best. Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, share all the things of the things. Hold it down. Hip hop, hold it down is what we do. Mean.